Please adhere to YouTube select guidelines before viewing the content of this video. I do not encourage or condone any products, actions, or behaviors shown in this video. All videos are produced in a safe, professional, and controlled environment. Please do not attempt to replicate any actions performed during the video. All actions are performed by professionals.
Alrighty, so today I'm going to be talking about and discussing cigarette vending machines in Japan, which is something that I am honestly very excited to talk about because cigarette vending machines are essentially non-existent inside the United States. They can only be placed in 21 and up facilities, so as such, you cannot find cigarette vending machines just on the street in the United States. So seeing cigarette vending machines just on the street in Japan has been super surreal, and it's been such a cool thing to see. Now, they're not as common as a lot of online sources would like you to believe, but they are still definitely more common than not. And today, essentially what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be showing you guys a couple different cigarette vending machines at a couple different locations, showing you guys the variety on the inside, and talking about what you have to do to actually buy, well, cigarettes at a vending machine in Japan. There is a cigarette vending machine right over there though, so I do think without further ado, it is now time for me to go ahead and walk over there, go ahead and show you guys the variety in that vending machine, and then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next location. But first off, as said, let's go ahead and check out the vending machine right over there, you know what I'm saying? This vending machine, though, has a pretty good selection of cigarettes, if I do remember correctly. It has a pretty decent selection, not the greatest selection, of course, not as good of a selection as something like, let's say, 7-Eleven or Lawson's or Family Mart or something like that, but it does have a decent selection nonetheless, and it's definitely better than not, especially when shops are closed or something like that kind of thing, which honestly is not very often because most convenience stores here are indeed 24/7. So, well, of course, they're not really closed very often, but a lot of tobacco shops have kind of weird hours and everything like that kind of thing. So a lot of tobacco shops do tend to have cigarette vending machines outside of them just for when they're closed so they can still make money. But we can see the variety in this vending machine is fantastic. I ain't gonna lie, it really is fantastic. Starting at the top, we can see the classic Marlboro Reds, then we get to the Marlboro Golds, Marlboro Greens, Marlboro Menthol Lights, and then we can just see normal Marlboro Menthols, and then we can see Marlboro Black Menthols, and then we can see 7 Stars, and this is the 7 Stars Charcoal Filter Soft Pack, and then we can see the hard pack right here, some highlights right here, and everything like that kind of thing. We can see a bunch of Mevises just all the way down here. So many Mevises, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And then we can see some Piazzimo. I've been seeing a decent amount of people smoking these, and I want to pick up a pack, but I have not bothered to pick up a pack yet. Then we can see more Mevis. There's a lot of Mevis. And then we can see some Hope cigarettes right here. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. I think this means that you get 2 of them for 600 yen. I think that sounds about right because this pack only has 10 cigarettes in it, so it would make sense if you get 2 for the 600 yen, I ain't gonna lie. And then we could just see Winston right here. I think Winston is the new version of Cabin cigarettes in Japan because I think Cabin got taken off the market because I haven't seen them anymore, but like every Winston pack has Cabin on the Winston pack. Don't quote me on that, I really have no clue, but I'm pretty sure that's how it's going. That makes sense in my head at least. Then we can see some Peace right here. We see Peace Lights, Peace Super Lights, no just normal Peace though, sadly. And then we can see Lark right here and right here. Larks are extremely common in Japan, which is something I really was not expecting. More common than Kent, that is for sure. And then we could see a bunch more Winstons right here. And that pretty much is all there is to the variety of this vending machine. Now, to actually be able to buy any of the cigarettes in this vending machine, of course, you need money. For, like, let's say the Marlboros right here, you need 600 yen. So not too bad kind of thing, not too bad. That's like $4 USD. So a pretty good price if I do say so myself. However, you also need a card. You need a TASPO card, and you have to press your TASPO card right here before you can buy your cigarettes, which is a little bit of a shame. Now, this would not usually be an issue because, well, I would have just already gotten a TASPO card, and this video would be titled instead of, well, just taking a look at cigarette vending machines and discussing them and everything like that kind of thing. It would be titled Buying, well, cigarettes at a Japanese vending machine. That is what it would be titled. However, the TASPO card is only available to permanent Japanese residents. So I cannot get it as I'm just here on vacation, which is a little bit of a shame, but it is still pretty cool to see vending machines everywhere, I ain't gonna lie. And that was the first cigarette vending machine that I want to take a look at today. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say about this vending machine. I covered the variety of it. I think one other thing I want to mention just real quick is this little symbol right here. This little symbol just means that they don't have that specific cigarette. That's what this little symbol means. It just means that they're out. So if you want this cigarette right here, you can't get it because they're out. You're gonna have to choose one of the other many Mevis varieties. There's so many different varieties of Mevis. It really is crazy. But you know, the prices aren't bad. The really only big shame about cigarette vending machines in Japan is that you have to use a TASPO card. This started to become a thing, I want to say in 2010 or 2012, and I want to say in like 2014 you could still find machines that didn't use the TASPO card, but it's been almost 10 years since then, so that is going to be just about impossible. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And it really is a shame that I can't buy any cigarettes at this vending machine or anything like that kind of thing because I can't get the TASPO card, but that certainly is what it is, you know what I'm saying? That certainly is what it is, and I'll just take being able to see them nonetheless. But I do think without further ado, it is now time for me to go ahead and go to the second location, which has another cigarette vending machine, and actually has two vending machines. Just one of them doesn't work, but that's actually why I want to go to that location, because it's a really cool vending machine that doesn't work anymore. It's really retro, really cool, and I am very excited to show it to y'all. But you know, I'll see y'all in just a moment. Alrighty, so as I was walking to the next location, I actually noticed a cigarette vending machine that I hadn't noticed while I was looking for different locations for this video. So as such, I figured, hey, why not stop and go ahead and show you guys this cigarette vending machine as well. And here it is, y'all. Here it is. It is a little bit of a different style than the other one. We can see the TASPO card stuff is down here instead of being like right here. But unlike on the other one, we actually have, I think, a driver's license scanner right here. Now, I'm not exactly sure how this works. I don't think I could shove my passport in that, I will admit. Otherwise, I'd be trying to do that. But it is pretty cool to see that you don't actually have to have the TASPO card. You just have to be able to find a cigarette vending machine that has a driver's license scanner if you have a Japanese driver's license. But to get one, you probably still have to be a permanent Japanese resident. So that doesn't really help me very much, but I figured I'd go ahead and show you guys the variety that this vending machine has. We can see on the top right here, it's all full flavored 7 stars. That's all it is. We can see soft pack, soft pack, soft pack, soft pack, soft pack, and then boxes all the way this way. Lots of 7 stars. Whoever owns this vending machine is a huge fan of 7 stars. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Then we can see a bunch of Mevis originals and everything like that right here, you know what I'm saying? And then we can see a bunch more Mevises, and then more Mevises. It's a lot of Mevises, and then we can see more Mevises, 2 Hopes, I want to say this is Wakaba. Sadly, Wakaba cigarettes have now been discontinued, but they do still make, under the same nameplate, cigars as well, and then Echo as well. Sadly, the cigarettes haven't been discontinued, but they do still make cigars as well. And then we could see some Winstons right here and everything like that. Some more Winstons right there. And then we can see some Mevis option purple right there. And that's pretty much all there is to this vending machine. It is right next to a drink vending machine as well, which has a Monster ad on it, I will admit. Pretty good, I gotta say. Pretty good. They got the Monster, you know what I'm saying? Certainly no complaints on my behalf. They also got Pocari Sweat, which is a pretty good drink. And I haven't tried any of these other ones because honestly, I'm scared too because I have allergies and I don't feel like getting sick. But I did look up Pocari Sweat before I tried it, and I was like, all right, I just wanted to make sure it was all good, and thankfully it was all good. But that is this vending machine right here. That is this cigarette vending machine right here. This is the one that I just wanted to stop at just for a second and just go ahead and show you guys, because I did not realize that there was another cigarette vending machine right here. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. And yeah, I do think I'll see you guys in a minute at the next location, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty, so I am now at the third location, and this location is really, really, really cool because they not only have a modern cigarette vending machine, but they also have a retro Japanese vending machine as well. Now, this vending machine does not work from what I can tell at least, but it is still really, really, really cool to see. We can see there's no TASPO reader on it, and it obviously doesn't have any cigarettes inside, so it can be assumed that it doesn't work, but it's still really cool to see. This is a little bit of a tobacco shop that's closed right now. They have some toys down there and everything like that kind of thing, but we can just see right here, it just says cigarettes right here, and then some kanji underneath. I don't know what that says. And then we can see right under this right here, we can just see a Mild 7 advertisement, which is so cool. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, because Mild 7 is the old name for Mevis. Before it was changed to, well, Mevis in 2012, Mevis was called Mild 7. So it's really, really, really cool to be able to see this little bit of an old advertisement right here. And this looks older than 2012, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. We can see another little bit of an advertisement right here with Mild 7 ones. This is like their ultralight, I guess. And then there's a sign right here. I don't know what that says. And then we can see where you put in your money right here. And I guess where you get your change from, that doesn't go down at all. And then we can see all of the old cigarette prices. So 140 yen, 130 yen, 230 yen, 230, 230. That's a decent amount cheaper than cigarettes are these days. But I mean, like, cigarettes here, in all honesty, are still not really all that expensive. But I mean, like, 230 yen, that's like $1.50, that's like $1.75 USD kind of thing. That's not bad at all for a pack of cigarettes. And then we can see there's a Marlboro Ultralight menthol ad right here, and we can tell that this ad is pretty old because, well, the warning label is the old size for Japanese cigarette packs. Now, I don't know how old this ad is, I will admit, because there is a QR code on it and there is a website on it and everything like that kind of thing. So obviously it's not super old, but it's definitely older than not. And it's probably, if I had to guess, over 8 to 9 years old. So it is still really, really, really cool to see. We can see a whole Marlboro Rewards thing right here. Then we can see you have to be over 20 to buy cigarettes label right there. And this is where you get your change from, and this is where you get your cigarettes from and everything like that kind of thing. It is just really, really, really cool to see. How's it going?
What's the key better?
Sorry?
What's the key better?
A cigarette?
The key better.
Sorry? I'm very confused. I'm not sure. I think he was trying to say that they're closed right now. I'm not sure. In all honesty, they are definitely closed right now, though. I'm not exact. I think he might have just been fucking with me. I think he might have just been fucking with me. Either way, absolutely hilarious. He was nice about fucking with me if he was just fucking with me. But either way, though, this vending machine is really, really, really cool to see. And we can just see it says stop, smoke and clean. And then it just says smoke and clean right there, JT. So they're really trying to promote the whole, like, hey, smoke clean and everything like that kind of thing. And we can just see there's some trash in there. There's no packs of cigarettes, sadly. But either way, though, still super, super, super cool to see a little bit of a retro cigarette vending machine in Japan. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This tobacco shop also has a ashtray, so you can't actually smoke in this smoke shop, which a lot of smoke shops actually don't have ashtrays, so you actually can't smoke outside the smoke shop, which is a little bit of a shame, but a lot of them also do. It is really funny as well, because looking at Google Maps for reviews of smoke shops, a lot of them have under 3 stars, because apparently Karen culture in Japan is pretty big, and people don't really like smoke shops having public smoking areas outside their shop. So people just go onto that shop's Google page and then give them 1 star, and they're like, I hate the smoking area outside. And that's why, like, almost every single tobacco shop in in Japan has like under 3 stars, which is just crazy. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. But now I wanted to go ahead and take a look at this vending machine as well. This is a modern vending machine that obviously still works. A lot of the cigarettes are out right now, but it does still work and everything like that kind of thing. We can see it has the driver's license scanner right here and the TASPO card reader right here. And of course, you can just insert your money and your coins right here and everything like that kind of thing. But starting at the top, we can just see Kent, Lark. This is a Lark I haven't seen in a vending machine. And then we can just see this is a Sylvia. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. I can't read the name. Sophia. I think it's a Sophia. I'm not exactly sure, in all honesty. Still pretty cool to see the entire Lark lineup, though, I will admit. Then we can just see a bunch of Mevises right here and everything like that kind of thing. Another Pia Samuel. And then we could see another Wakaba cigar, and this is the normal Wakaba cigarettes, filter cigarettes right here. But we can see it says that it's out and there's no price in front, so obviously they don't sell these anymore. Sadly, these were discontinued, I want to say 1 to 2 years ago now, so this little bit of a label right here is pretty outdated. It really is a shame, I will admit. Then we can just see a Marlboro Clear Hybrid 3 cigarette, which is something I want to buy because I haven't actually seen this in any shops, and it says that it's available. But I don't have a TASPO card, so I can't. We can see another Lark right here, Marlboro Golds, and then we can see 7 Stars Soft Pack, 7 Stars Box, and then Marlboro Mediums and Marlboro Menthol 8s. And then we can see they actually sell Marlboro IQOS Heat Sticks as well, which is pretty cool to see. This is the third location that I'm going to be stopping at in today's video. I have one more location to stop at as long as I don't see any other cigarette vending machines on the way to that third location. But just taking a look at this vending machine just a little bit more, we can just see there's some more stickers right here. You got to be over 20, and then we could just see a Marlboro Fusion Blast ad right here, which is pretty cool to see. That's something you never see in the United States. And then we can just see stuff about like smoking safety and everything like that. And man, y'all, it is actually starting to snow right now. It's starting to snow right now. It was not supposed to snow when I looked at the weather last night, but then when I looked at the weather this morning, it was like, you know, it's going to start raining or snowing kind of thing, and I was like, well, okay, I guess it makes sense. Very odd, I will admit, very odd, I will admit, but I do think without further ado, it is now time for me to go ahead and, well, oh, and we can actually see a little diagram on how to use this. So you're supposed to insert your card, insert your money, press what you want, and then get rid of your card. Okay, makes sense. It's a good little diagram to let you know how to use one of these, but I do think without further ado, I'll see y'all at the next location, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty, so I was on my way to the supposedly fourth and final area for this video, but guess what? I found more cigarette vending machines on the way, so I figured why not show them to y'all. I don't think these vending machines work, but either way, it's still cool to show you guys the variety they have on the inside. This one has nothing on the inside though. Actually, it does have the TASPO card reader right here, which is very faded, but there's nothing at all on the inside of this vending machine, nothing at all. So obviously this one doesn't work, and I'm pretty sure this one doesn't work either because the coin hole is all covered up and everything like that, so people can't shove their money in there. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the variety. We can see there's a bunch of Mevis sort of lights right here and everything like that kind of thing, Mevis extra lights, Mevis super lights, and then we can see some 7 stars up here and everything like that kind of thing. We can see some Winstons, some highlights, more Mevis. In fact, this entire line is actually the exact same thing, except these are all soft pack and these are hard packs. And yeah, this is just one variety of Mevis right here. That's actually a little bit insane. That's actually a little bit crazy, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Then we can see Marlboro Golds right here, and then we can just see Marlboro Reds right here and everything like that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, these are all the same, I want to say, even though this is bigger than this is bigger than this, which is a little bit weird, kind of odd. This is all very faded as well. We can tell it's definitely a little bit sun bleached, that is for sure. And then we can see Marlboro Lights right here, box, and then soft pack right there, and then we can see Parliament 100s right here, Parliament Lights, and then we can see Virginia SS Pearl, Virginia S Ice Pearl, sorry, and then we can see Lark Classic Mild, just 5 of them right there, Lark Ultra 1, Lark Hybrid, Lark Black Hybrid, ooh, edgy, you know what I'm saying, edgy, 5 of those right there. And then we can see more Larks and then more Larks. I think whoever owned this vending machine at one time was a pretty big fan of Lark, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. And one thing I forgot to mention is that all of the cigarettes in every single vending machine actually show the tar level. We can see, I'm just trying to figure out, okay, I think y'all can maybe see that one right there, that every single cigarette has tar. The 7 stars, of course, have 14 milligrams of tar. And so every single cigarette in the vending machine has to show the tar. Now, if they're selling filtered cigars, that's a different story, but I did forget to mention that, so that's something I'm glad I'm mentioning now. But other than the variety being a lot of basically just the same we've already seen, and literally, quite literally, a lot of just the same, it's a pretty typical vending machine, in all honesty. It's a pretty typical cigarette vending machine, nothing really too out of the ordinary. A nice little cigarette ad up here, Lark Tropical Ice Menthol, Lark Tropical Ice Menthol 1 and 5. And then we can see these used to cost 420 yen. I'd love to get this ad and take it home. That would be so cool. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, but I'm not gonna rip that down. I'm not gonna destroy somebody else's property, especially on video. Well, we can see TASPO card reader right here, enter your money right there, get your change back right there. And then I think we can see, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. In all honesty, we can see no under 20, it says security guard, no under 20. And then this is where you get your cigarettes, of course. And this is where you get your change. I have no clue what this is, though. I will admit, maybe this is like their bill for how much it costs to put new cigarettes in or something like that kind of thing. I really do have no clue. But either way, nice to find another one. I know I was saying at the beginning of this video that cigarette vending machines are not nearly as common as online sources would like you to believe. Maybe I am a little bit incorrect about that. They are very common. They're just not as common as just normal drink vending machines in Japan, that is for sure. But I'll see y'all at the, I guess now, fifth and final location, I want to say, unless I see more cigarette vending machines on the way there, you know what I'm saying? Alrighty, so I am now at the fifth and final location of this video. I'm currently at a tobacco shop, which is closed right now, but it has 2 cigarette vending machines out front, which is pretty cool if I do say so myself. And one of them is a different model than what we've seen before. The buttons are a little bit different, but the variety is pretty much still the same, except for these 7 stars right here. We can just see there's a bunch of 7 stars right here and everything like that kind of thing, all soft pack, and then we could just see the boxes right here. And then of course this is all out, and then we could just see 7 stars menthol right there, 7 stars black menthol. This is the 7 stars menthol 12. I've seen 7 stars menthol before, but not this one. These ones are out though, so I'm not sure if these are even sold anymore. That's the weird thing about the Japanese cigarette market, is that cigarettes seem to be taken on and off the market pretty quickly. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. They just seem to go on and off and on and off and on and off the market. It really is crazy, and it's just a completely different world than the United States, but I'll talk more about that in a future video. Then below all of the 7 stars right here, we can just see a bunch of Mevises right here and everything like that kind of thing. Just the Mevis original line with the lights and the super lights and the normals and everything like that kind of thing. Then we can see Mevis extra lights, and then Mevis 1 right there, and then Mevis 100s right there. And oh man, Mevis 100s, wow, that's very interesting, I will admit. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. These are out as well, though I don't even know if they sell these anymore. And then we can just see Mevis Premium Menthol Frozen right there and everything like that. Mevis Premium Menthol Option Yellow. Don't know what that means. Then we can just see some Hopes right here, some Piazismo right there, some Highlight and Highlight Menthols right there. The Highlight Menthols are indeed still sold, but it does indeed say that these are out. And then we could just see Wakaba cigars and Echo cigars. And then we could just see Peace Lights, Peace Super Lights right there. And honestly, Peace Lights are still pretty heavy, I will admit. I mean, like, Peace Lights are just as heavy as the Mevis Original 10s right here, which are really not that light of cigarettes. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, they are lighter than not, but having tried them before, they're not that light of cigarettes kind of thing. So the Peace Lights are more like the Peace Milds is what I'm assuming, at least. And then we could just see some Winstons right here, Winston Cabins. And then we just see some Winston 5s right here, Winston 3s, and Winston 1s right there, you know what I'm saying? Certainly no complaints on my behalf. This model vending machine is a little bit different. The buttons are a little bit different, and this one has lights which light up and change colors and everything like that kind of thing. But it's still the same. It's still got the same TASPO card reader right here and everything like that. Little button right there. Just put your money in just like that. Put your coins in just like that. Press that down and everything like that kind of thing. No 500 yen coins, which is a little bit odd. And maybe this is a JT branded machine. Maybe that's why it says JT right there. I figure maybe this is a JT produced machine. That would be very interesting, I ain't gonna lie. That would be very interesting. And then it just says you need the TASPO right here, no under 20. And that's pretty much all there is to this machine. Pretty cool if I do say so myself, though. Moving on to the other machine over here, though, we can see it's pretty much the exact same style that we've seen before. Just TASPO reader right here, little light right here, put your money in right there, coins right there, and everything like that kind of thing. I'm pretty sure we saw this exact same vending machine model a little bit ago, I will admit. We can just see it just has a Marlboro box right there, and then Marlboro mediums right here, a Marlboro red box right there, and then Marlboro medium box right there. And then we can just see it just says Marlboro Golds, Marlboro Golds, Marlboro Golds, Marlboro Menthol Lights, and then we can just see all of those right there. And then we just see Marlboro Ice Blast, Marlboro Black Menthols right there. This one is completely out right here. And then we can see the Lark Cool Mint again. And then we could see the Lark Full Flavored, Lark Milds, Lark Ultra. And then we could see Lucky Strike filters right there. Pretty cool if I do say so myself. More Larks, some Kents going on over here. And then we could see some Cools right here. And the cool thing about these Cools, is that they're supposedly made with Hokkaido mint, which is very, very, very interesting. And then we can see the Cool Boost Fresh right there. And that is pretty much all there is to this Japanese cigarette vending machine, I will admit. It is very interesting that they have to put the tar on the little label right here. It is very interesting. And that would never fly in the United States because that is literally illegal to do. That is against the law in the United States. But here, that's actually the norm. It's not just that it's probably the law to do that, it's actually expected that you're gonna do that. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, which is very, very, very interesting. And I think it's about the Japanese perception of safety in cigarettes, or of health in cigarettes in general. But I'll talk more about that in a future video. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching me, well, go to a bunch of different Japanese cigarette vending machines and show them off to you guys and just talk to them. You know, I haven't been talking to the vending machine in today's video, and just talk to y'all a little bit about them, about the cigarette vending machines in Japan. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed watching. If you guys have enjoyed watching this video, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my PO box, and my second channel all in the description down below. Go check it all out. Sadly, I have not been able to find a row of like 15 cigarette vending machines or anything like that kind of thing, but if I do find a row of those, I might just have to make a separate video to this one about that, because that would be pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Let me know though in the comments down below if there's anything you guys think I missed. And yeah, until the next one, y'all, stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes sir, you know what I'm saying?